Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Now, I've been digging much, right? So, I watched a video about the next chapter coming out Sunday of My Hero Academia. Spoilers. Spoiler warning for the spoilers, and for My Hero Academia, just spoilers. Heavy spoilers right now. Uh, Funny enough, I would say a YouTuber made a joke like, get me I forget the author name of, I think it's like Hero, I forgot the name of the author for My Hero Academia. But it was like the author hang around Gege too much because you can hate the main character syndrome, and then someone does leak or something like that, revealed that like, oh no, he has been hanging around Gege, which is just so funny. But the reason I wanted this up because they made a point like they really he was like he's really going to hate the main character right now, and what got me interested, right, in how wrong that is. Not only wrong, I mean that could get a lot of love from the creator and whatnot, right? But I think it's interesting to note how like a lot of characters in My Hero Life kind of suck. Not nowhere near the level of JJK, right? But like I want to go down the list of three characters who I think life is like sucks for, but get overrated or underrated. Um, the first one, just to get it off with. Oh wait, let me get today's shout actually. Today's shout would be Ace of Spades. He's the black guy who did that running thing. Really funny content. And everyday minimalist. You might not know this about me, but I like weapons, like swords, but in particular knives and daggers. And he makes up about knives and daggers, like pocket knives. So of course I like his content. But anyways, so as I was saying, we gotta start it off with the poster child of My Academia, the main character, Izu Midoriya. Right? I feel like you know his how bad his life is kind of underrated sometimes. Don't get me wrong, people understand like, oh yeah, no, it sucks to be discriminated against, right? But like, I read the other day trying to argue that um, Todoroki had a worse life than him, and Todoroki backstory was the saddest. No. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, right? Deku isn't the saddest backstory. I think that is Shigaraki, hands down. I don't think you can get any sadder than that. Like, you can't get sadder than that, but I'm saying like how everyone might Shigaraki got the worst. Um, but what I'm saying is like majority of life kind of suck if you think about it. To start off with, once again, something that I think is overlooked is like for like 10, really 11 years of his life, he's been looked down upon. And you could go even longer because you don't remember like your first 2 years of being alive, right? You only remember like starting from like phase 3 onwards, right? So from 3 and 4, right? So he had like 2 years of peace and then immediately get discriminated for like the rest of his life, pretty much, up to that point. And then that's already bad enough, right? People kind of overlook that. And one thing I like to say is we don't see this, like we don't get confirmation from this, right? But Bakugo tells Deku to jump off a high place and wish for to isekai himself, basically, and wish for a quirk in his life. And Deku shrugged this off very easily. Um, and part of it could be Deku personality and whatnot. But I would like to say that he could have done this very often. I am not surprised if he did because real life bullies do that a lot. Where like maybe you don't want to be so bad, maybe you should like it's a real thing that bullies do. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bakugo did say that. No, I'm not saying he did most of the times. No, but But then it wasn't just emotional abuse from everyone. It was also physical abuse, because of bullying. But what make it worse, that I think kind of people overlook, is the fact that Deku got hit with those explosions like every day. So that kind of stuff. Like, okay, don't get it wrong, right. Sure, Toro got to deal with domestic violence. That's not good. That absolutely sucks. But at least everyone didn't hate him except one person. At least his mom wasn't like, you can't be a hero. You know. But let's move past that because the backstory's weird. I think you can kind of overlook how bad that is. But his life after gaining his power isn't that much better. One thing I think is funny is that Midoriya is warned like, oh yeah, if you got this power right from the start, you will die, right? But All Might does like, of course, it's not All Might's fault. But like, no one warns him that after the first time he uses it, that he gonna like break his limbs to the point that mouth will be spaghetti, right? No one tell him that. So, like immediately after getting your power, you're put in a special count scenario where you're gonna fail, right? Like he thinks he's gonna fail because he had no points at that point, right? And then immediately turn your legs into spaghetti. Let's skip over any villain attacks, it's the villains. Let's talk about how after training, right? First of all, let's like Bakugo is a character to like torture him pretty much every day. Like I don't understand why people enjoy him, right? I can find why people like his character, but not like him. I like Inosuke from Demon Slayer, but I hate Bakugo. So it's not like the fact that he's loud. No, it's the fact that he's a bully, doesn't get any redemption. Um, but I digress. I digress. Uh, fuck Bakugo. But uh, to move on from our hatred of Bakugo, um, what kinda like then the second day after breaking his finger, which you did on purpose, so that doesn't matter. After the second day, your child's best friend, I'm pretty sure I have to rewatch it, but I'm like 95% sure he full on take that like full power hit from Bakugo. I could be wrong. Y'all can tell me in the comment section below, but I will kind of rewatch that. Um, but like you take a full power explosion from your best friend who's actually trying to murder you. Um, and then when he loses, he get all mad and fussy about the fact that he lost. And you have to tell him, hey, it's not your fault. But that's not the only time Bakugo almost ruined his life or ruined stuff for him. Like remember when the testing, um, when Bakugo almost made both of them fail because he can't listen to basic like it's not even the fact that he didn't even listen to Deku. It's the fact that he acts like he doesn't have conversations like, oh yeah, let's go fight. Oh my, like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? And the last thing I want to mention is we all know Deku felt sad because he wasn't able to save Bakugo. I don't know why. I would happily appreciate that. But um Bakugo. Uh but the point is, he felt sad because of that. But one thing I am interested in is like you can imagine how much sadder he felt, like how much more at fault he probably felt than Bakugo at All Might losing his power. Because of course he knew that All Might would have either him or All Might. They thought it was gonna be him. Had to fight one for all, right? Once when they like, oh, he might be back. You're like, ooh. I mean, I would try to fight him, but you might have to death. So it was always a possibility that All Might will lose, like, will have to lose power and fight with him. So maybe that helped. But like at the end of the day, because Deku didn't save Bakugo, it was a worse situation than what would have been if Bakugo wasn't there. Right? We can admit that. Because at the very least, if there was only other villains there, All Might could, not saying he couldn't, but All Might could very easily just go ding, like knock them all out, right? And then fight one for all. Um, so it's definitely trying to work. So you can imagine Deku guilt that he felt. Only to be overshadowed for like the it happens a lot now that I think about My Hero, but it's overshadowed by Bakugo feeling of guilt for it. What also probably is more his fault because like imagine standing there, like at the very least, right? When Shinraki had his grabs on Deku, at the very least you could say, hey, Shigaraki could literally kill him like that. But I don't even think Dobby could kill him if he wanted to, because like no offense to Dobby Fighter, but if one of the members of the big three is surviving that, and not the strongest, not even top, like there are only three of them, but like the least strongest out of the top, big three is surviving that. Come on, and I don't think a Darnus get boosted by one fall because otherwise Deku wouldn't be breaking his bones. So if Deku can survive that too, you know, maybe you're doing something wrong, or maybe your fire isn't that hot. But all I say is, he had no reason to not fight back. And Bakugo actually showed that he was willing to fight back in any situation. He was fighting All Might and was willing to fight back. So his, like, it's also his fault. It's definitely more his fault that All Might got captured. But let's get up there, right? Gaku really is complaining about Bakugo for a long period of time. But I think another character is Aizawa. Aizawa life sucks before we know his backstory. Do you think about it? But then especially after. Now, of course, he is a hero, so something has come along with the job. But you know, you're taking kids. Like, let's just focus on what y'all know, right? You're taking a kid, like your students, out for a field trip. You know, nothing bad should happen. And then a villain group attack. You're dealing with them, right? And then one of them decay your elbow. A power that no one's seen up to that point, right? And outside of, I think really only one other character in My Hero for the entire bit, maybe two, like two other characters in My Hero have a power that requires 5 fingers to activate. So besides the fact that it's like, okay, that's weird, no one's seen that power before. So he's like, oh crap, my elbow, right? And that's already bad enough. But then like the next thing you see, right? Next time we see him, we have the Nomu. The Nomu is as strong as Owen, right? The Nomu is pressing his head on the ground, like he received permanent eye damage for that. So his entire body was in a cast. So you're fighting these villains, you're already struggling, your elbow gets decayed, right? And then after that, you get slammed by the Nomu, something that's equally as strong as All Might. And then you also still gotta help save your student from Don because of the person who decayed your elbow. So, you know, your life sucks, right? But that's not the only case. Let's just complain about student real quick. Bakugo, annoying. That's a problem child. Shigaraki, Todoroki, not that bad. But let's focus on the two. Your top two students are always in trouble. One of them always ready to kill someone. And are always being targeted by them. Like, the amount of targeting that happens from every villain to these two is hilarious. I don't think there's a single art that go by where a villain does not target one of these two. I'm not even talking about like this, like, oh, like a low grade villain. Like, I'm talking about like pretty much every villain, even before they know Midoriya, will like, I hate you. Like, don't get me wrong, of course the Yakuza will probably be like this, right? But overall, 100% ready to kill him. I'm pretty sure the instinct he saw Deku. But you know, it's hilarious how targeted these villains are. But what makes it even worse is that one of these are the most caring person you probably know, and the other one is one of the most insane person you know. So, you know, that's amazing that two of your students are insane, and reckless at that. But then you move on to, let's just bring up another incident. Let's skip everything and go to the war arc, because let's go back to his past. One of your best friend dies in the war arc, and you get confirmation, I think, up to this point. Like, it was kind of hinted at, but we get 100% confirmation that your best friend, your used to be best friend, back from when you was in UA, got turned into a Nomu that you been fighting against since the very start. So, you know, and then the doctor get captured at the very least. Not before, you know, Shigaraki is, no, actually after Shigaraki escaped. But because of one of your best friends, arguably putting stupid decision and chasing after the doctor because of how angry he is at seeing his face, Shigaraki escaped. Is it possible that he probably would have escaped anyways? Yes. But was it a lot worse because President Mike wasn't there? I mean, not like President Mike was gonna do anything against him. And he would have died if he went against Shigaraki. But, you know, at least someone also been there to stop him. But, you know, once again, at least he's not dead. Oh, wait. Look who your co-worker and another one of your best friends. I don't know what it was about. Midnight. She dies. Most of your students are injured, and then you lose your eye and a leg in this fight. Amazing. But let's go back to the Shiger. normal thing. So in case you aren't aware, you should be. But spoiler warning. Um, what's his name? Kyle Gary is a person like old friend. I don't know if they're childhood friends, but back when he was in UA, he was a friend of his. You find this out. This detail comes from Vigilante, a story that I never read and I haven't seen much of. As much as My Hero, like with My Hero, I've seen pretty much everything of. I just outside of actually, I think I've seen both of them. One movie. I haven't seen one of the movies, but I pretty much know everything that happens. I haven't seen like one arc. Like it's not even that big of an arc, like a mini arc. But I haven't seen like a step to the war. Um, so and a little bit of like what happened with the end of that. I think I actually seen that. But like I've seen pretty much all of it. Right? It's kind of the especially reference like kind of hard to hit because I don't know much. But essentially, his best friend dies from saving someone from a rock. So he got the Obito treatment. And just like Obito, he got brought back from the dead to fight you. So, that had to suck. And also gotta be hilarious, right? Because I don't know if Naruto is canon in My Hero. But if it is, one thing I mean past it. Damn. I got the Kakashi treatment. I don't even have white hair. That's unfair. But that sucks. But the last person I'm going to talk about who life sucks and seem to be underrated is pretty much, in particular, Shoji. I think that's the dude name, multi arms. But like, pretty much any of the mutant types from My Hero, except Koda. Because Koda actually doesn't experience any discrimination against him, apparently, because he lived in the city. But we find out, like, even though he's not that ugly, the main reason, Shinju. Actually, let me look it up. I think no, Shinju is Give me a second about sneeze. Shinju is actually the tail god. Character. I know too much about my hero, but I'm pretty sure Shinju is actually the tail guy. Let me confirm this. Oh no, I was right. Shinjo. What's the tail guy name? Oh, Ojiro. Ojiro life sucks because he doesn't do anything with his life. But he's like his backstory kind of sucked because apparently like he was discriminated against most of his life because the fact that he was a mutant type, and then also he was like they were like you look ugly. It was literally when I saw his face, so that's the main reason he didn't wear a mask. So even though it's that long, I like to say I'm pretty sure most of mutants type who doesn't live in the city life sucks, right? Like outside of um Kaido, who's the only other character who have been confirmed not to experiences, his life sucks. Or life did suck. It got way better now, but that's because one of his best friends also has discrimination. So amazing, right? But yeah, that's it for today's video. I just want to talk about like characters who life kind of sucks in My Hero Academia. Even like in the past, but even now. Of course, once again, you can take pretty much all the attacks into account because I still don't think they're adult. Like I think they're past the age of consent, but I don't think that classifies you as adult. I know some people are weird like that, and like, oh no, they're past the age of consent. They're adult. No, no. But anyway, today's shoutouts once again was Everyday Minimalist and Ace of underscore Spades. I'm not saying that again. But if I have mispronouncing your name, I am sorry. And as always, y'all be the first ask in the description below.